Amazing. We are live. Hello again. Welcome to all our viewers. It is the 27th of February. It is 6:30 performance seminar. We have three lovely young pianists with us here to perform some really contrasting music. So I hope you guys are all tuned in. But I'm going to hand the microphone over to performer number one. So Janet, go ahead and please introduce yourself and your piece when you are ready.
Okay, my name is Janet and I'll be performing Balanoto.
Who's it by?
Ludovico Einaudi.
That's the one. Nice. Nicely done, Janet. That's a beautiful piece of music, right? It's really reflective. What do you think of the piece, and what did you think of your performance?
I think the piece is really beautiful. It's like nostalgic a little bit.
That's a good word. That's a good word. Um, Jenna, do you feel that this piece has a similar feel to the Amelie piece?
Yeah, somewhat. I feel like the same type of feeling that she's talking about.
Yeah, nostalgic, right? Yeah, it's quite a popular kind of mood to write for, and it's quite beautiful to think about and play. My only thoughts. First of all, congratulations. This is great for you to. This is your first time performing this in
Yeah.
seminar. Well done. Yeah, there's lots of good things you've got, and I like the decisions that you're making musically, the phrasing that you're going for. I think with pieces that repeat quite a lot like this, that it's just this ostinato pattern that goes around and round and round. You want to figure out where you want to push it to keep it moving forward, and also where to pull back. I feel that there were times where it just kind of lagged in direction a little bit, and became perhaps a little bit too reflective. Throughout all of the section here, this was fine. I thought you did really well. I think towards the second half, you really started to bring out more of the melody with the tenuto. I want to challenge you to bring the melody out right from the beginning. Yeah. So just
Okay.
have it be a little bit more resonant, because that really helps guide our ear, right? It's not just beautiful sounds we're listening to, there's an actual melody there. So you can really help the listener by emphasizing the melody just a little more. When you get to this andante part, um, listen to this recording again. I mean, we can be specific about places to push it and pull it back, but I think you'll get a better idea once you listen to it what you really want to do with this andante. In
Okay.
general, it was a little bit too slow in terms of movement. Not the tempo was fine, but it just dum 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 dum. I felt at times it took you a little bit too long to arrive to the dotted half note. Yeah. So figure out which one of these harmonies you want to push and which ones you just want to keep andante. Yeah.
Okay.
I loved how you brought out the right hand though. Dun, 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 and that you were challenging yourself to vary the tone. That's good. So always look for variation in tone, especially with pieces that have a lot of repetition. All right. Okay, cool. Excellent. We'll keep on moving forward. Thank you so much for that, Janet. All right. And performer number two, Dakshata, when you're ready.
Okay, so hi, my name is Dakshita, and today I'll be playing Prelude in B minor by Borovsky.
Yeah. Oh, that final B, that's the money note. I saw what you did there. Really nicely done. All right, let's start with you. What were your thoughts on the performance? Congratulations, by the way. Nice to hear you perform it from the beginning to the end.
Thank you. Um, my thoughts. Yeah. So it was it was a good piece. I guess the hard parts of it were the phrasing and like the legatos and the
Yeah.
pattern. So, yeah.
Well, let's go. Good, good. Well, I'm glad that you brought up some of these topics. Janet, what were your thoughts? Do you agree with Dakshata on some of her issues, and do you have some ideas that she can consider to help
Yeah,
her?
so I've played this piece before. So like it's cool to see like a different like take on it, especially with
Mm.
with all the different like dynamics and phrasing that she has done. So I think she did really good on that.
Yeah, I think so, right?
Yeah.
Do you have any advice for her as she moves forward with this piece? Things that she might want to consider?
So like maybe more variation, I think, with like dynamics. So like instead of like doing so many crescendos, you could still do a crescendo, but you can go back down really soft and then go back up again to add like more like flavor, I guess, to it. But
Yeah.
I don't have that many notes.
No, that's great. I think like I was telling Janet earlier there, Dakshata, listen back to this recording and get a feel for your balance, your phrasing, and also your dynamics. One of the things that I heard, and I could hear you really wanted to grow through in the left hand, the B, C sharp, D, B, but at times it just came out a little bit too heavy, and so it popped out, and it wasn't a gradual growth. So I want you to play around with pacing your crescendos a little better, right? So
Okay.
don't grow too quickly, but maybe just slightly. So you hint at a crescendo. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And then when you have the A sharp to the C sharp, maybe you can give it just a little bit more there. Um, the right hand, I thought you did really well in keeping it nice and smooth. Consider the rotation of the wrist of the keys as you play. It's almost like you're massaging the notes because it'll help with your balance and also with the shaping as
Okay.
you play. I could see that you're already doing a little bit of that, but I want to challenge you to do even more. So really rotate anti-clockwise over to the pinky and then back around. Um, but good. And I love the way that you ended on that final B.
Okay.
Beautiful. Really
Mhm.
good. Janet, do you have any thoughts for Dakshata?
I thought it was pretty expressive.
Yeah, it was expressive, wasn't it? All right, cool. Exactly what it says here. Espressivo. All right, cool. Thank you so much, Dakshata. And our final performer. Take it away, Jenna.
Hi, I'm Jenna, and I'm playing La Valse de Amour, by Jan Tiersen. Yeah.
Nice. Beautiful, Jenna. Nice. All right. Same question I'm asking the rest of our class. What were your thoughts on that performance?
Um, on my performance or the piece itself?
Actually, both. Let's start with the piece and then your performance.
I think the piece is like very like expressive and kind of like dreamlike and like what Janet said earlier, like nostalgic kind of. And my performance, like how well I did, or like sorry, I'm asking a lot of
Yeah,
questions.
yeah. How you felt that performance went?
I think I was fine. I think I should have like had a little more like variation with my dynamics, but there were like so many repeats and stuff.
There's a lot, right? Janet, what are your thoughts, seeing as you playing a piece that's similar in style?
I thought it was pretty expressive,
Mm-hmm.
and the dynamics were good, but just like a little bit more of a dynamic range, I guess.
Mm. Yeah, it's one of the things that'll help as well is, and this is for both of you, it's just phrasing, right? How do you want to shape your phrases? So one thing that I would do is I would take out all the accompaniment notes and play just the core notes, right? The melody. Play it as a line. How would you like to shape that? Then you add in the accompaniment and you use the accompaniment to help emphasize or bring out the melody. So at the moment it's quite busy, Jenna. So I want you to really think about practicing holding down those melodic notes and then the eighth notes, play them staccato, right? So you really isolate the melody. That's really going to help. Another thing that you can do as well is play them as block chords. So in the left hand, play all of, right, actually the left hand and the right hand. Let's highlight them. You probably already do this with your own practice, but playing all of these together. It'll start sounding like a hymn, right? And that way you can also gauge the direction of the harmony. All right. Have you tried that before? Just playing them as blocks?
Not as blocks, but like the melody I have.
Right. Okay, cool. So you've done the melody. Start putting them in as blocks, just so that you can train your ear. You can figure out, okay, where's the harmony going? Is it really important to land here on the A? Do we want to push toward that? Do we want to pull away toward that from that? Right? And that'll just help with the phrasing and the shaping just a wee bit more. Um, and you can also start practicing playing the accompaniment just a little quieter as well. So that's why practicing them staccato will be some good training for you for this piece here. Um, but it's on its way. And then when you have all these left hand notes, when you feel more confident with them, you can really practice to have them surge up and down the keyboard, kind of like waves. Yeah. Um, and one last thing, when you get to these kind of sections, which are quite melodic, think about what other instruments would play it. So if you were arranging this for an ensemble, what do you think would be playing the right hand line? What instrument, and what instrument do you think would be playing the left hand line? And how would it sound? And see if you can imitate that on the piano. All right?
Yeah,
So
thank you.
yeah, give that a little crack. I mean, off the bat, if you would look at this, what instruments do you see playing this?
Maybe like a string instrument, like violin or like cello or something.
Yeah. Well, you spot on. That's what I'm seeing as well. So I hear the violin, a single violin playing this top line. And then because it's going quite high, probably viola.
Yeah,
And maybe the cello just plays like the D
yeah,
or something. Da da dee da 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 da. Maybe. Or the cello just holds the D while it's playing. I'm
mhm,
not quite sure, but you know what? Experiment with that there because it might help give you more tone color because you're
yeah.
trying to do something else rather than just play the piano, which is a percussive instrument.
Mhm.
But cool. Congrats. This is what you want to do, both of you, when you guys are playing pieces like this that are real atmospheric. You really stretch your imagination. How can you shape the phrases? How can you change the color of the piano? Are you going to do it with your fingertips? Are you going to do it with your arm weight? Are you going to do it by bringing out more of the melody? What are you going to do to the accompaniment? Right? Are you going to pull it back? How are you going to do that? Or is the accompaniment going to support the melody? Right? So it could be an idea as an exercise for you guys to write down as many ideas as possible in order for you to really bring out the musicality of this piece. Make a checklist, right? And just try it out. Some of this might work, some of it won't, right? But I would encourage you to come back in a couple of weeks, perform it again, and then we can talk more about what you guys have explored and discovered with your experiments, okay? But cool, one performance down. Nicely done, ladies. Okay, Jenna. Okay, Janet. We'll see you guys again soon. And thanks for joining in Performance Seminar. Take care, guys.
Bye.
See you later. Bye. All right. Thanks for joining, listeners.